What is going on, everybody? We're back again with another video. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. Took a loss today, took another loss. That is back-to-back L's on the week. But it is what it is. You know, it was a good setup. It was A+. Probably would have taken it 10 out of 10 times, maybe 8 out of 10 times. I don't know. But all in all, it was a good setup. So we'll go ahead and we'll just jump right into the recap. So coming into the day, coming into morning, and at the end of the morning when I was getting my charts pulled up and everything, yes, I noticed that we were bullish, but the first thing that I noticed, in all honesty, was not structure. It was this, whatever this was, this massive pump and dump. So got on Forex Factory, started looking. I saw that it was ceasefire news with Iran, that Trump had tweeted that there was a ceasefire, or that someone wanted a ceasefire, the Iranian leader wanted a ceasefire. And then he followed it with, but we are going to keep bombing them until they open the Strait of Hormuz. So we dumped 200 points. So in dumping 200 points, we left London lows and we left Asia lows, as I have notated right here. So we left these lows, we dumped, left these lows, and then we started rolling back into this displacement leg lower, down back into this 5-minute and this 15-minute that we opened up on the way down. So this was my first point of interest. I noticed that news had swept out this 4-hour intermediate high inside of this 4-hour gap. Same thing on the hourly. It swept out this buy side right here. That's what data swept out. So in my head, I told myself that this data wick is probably going to be protected, at least coming into the morning, like in the first half of the day. So I told myself the data wick was protected. We had swept buy side. We started dumping. We didn't get the follow through, and now we were pulling back into fair value gaps. What else am I going to do other than short? We already had the 1-hour inverse. We were in the high time frame PD array. We got the 1-hour CISD. Everything honestly looked pretty bearish at this time, at least down to a pullback, because we were so bullish, so overextended through the overnight and yesterday. I thought that we were bound to get a pullback to a high time frame gap. So coming into open, like I said, I notated this 15-minute and I notated the 5-minute. I really wanted to see just a quick sweep of this high inside this 15-minute gap at open, followed by a quick inverse lower, and then a knife down through sell side. Obviously, we didn't get that. Coming into open, we actually manipulated lower first. We swept this little internal low right here, and then we immediately started pumping higher. And this is kind of where my if-then scenario started. So we manipulated lower. We didn't get the follow-through. We started pumping. So I told myself, if we keep pumping, because this was a lot of volume, I told myself if we keep pumping and we inverse the 15 and the 5-minute, I can look for longs. If we do not do that, however, if we don't pump all the way through up to data highs, I would want to see price turn around somewhere between the 5 and 15-minute and then this rejection zone up here, these rejection wicks from the news. So sure enough, price pumps and it taps into here. The second it taps into this rejection zone, we immediately get volume lower. And in this move higher, we opened up a 5-minute gap. So this kind of became my if-then scenario. I told myself, if price taps into this 5-minute and we get an inverse higher up to the data wick, I think I could take that if it looks good. Or if we inverse the 5-minute to the downside, I will take that lower down to my draw liquidity, down to Asia, London, 930 lows, the generated lows that we put in right here. So upon tapping into this rejection zone up here, we immediately roll over. So we start getting the volume lower. This is a very sustained delivery. There was a lot of volume lower after tapping into this rejection zone. So the second we took this 5-minute, or inverted this 5-minute, I just went ahead and entered on close. And I did so because we already had the high time frame delivery. This 5-minute close was this 15-minute candle closure. So we had wicked all the way up here to tap into this rejection zone, came all the way back down to respect the 15-minute, and then got the 5-minute inverse. Genuinely, like, I know it's a weirder setup, but that was such an A+, like, telling me to jump in the trade. So I went ahead, I just entered in on close, which was this candle right here. We kind of knifed up and then closed below. So I entered on close right here, and then I don't have a break-even marked, but I was planning to go break-even at this at my TP right here. So TP, I guess, slash break-even. Obviously, it didn't happen. I didn't see much profit on this, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Like I said, this was an A+ setup. Was super good. Probably would have taken it a good bit of times, like 8 to 10 out of 10 times. everything was telling me to take shorts. Everything was lining up with my bias. I got my entry trigger. I got all the confluences lined up. So I think it was just one of those systematic, unfortunate L's that they happen. You can't be right all the time. I'm coming off of a 7-day green streak, so I can't expect to be green all the time. I'm bound to take some losses, so I can't let two back-to-back L's get the best of me. But that's it for today. I not much else to talk about. That was really it. That was a trade. It was a slow trade. It was a grinder. Not much to analyze or talk about with it. But hopefully we get some good PA to close out the week. Hopefully tomorrow and Friday yield some good days, and if so, hopefully I'm on side with them. But with that being said, I will leave you guys with that today, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.